Ms. Roberts is ready for you now.
Thank you all for coming. I've invited you here today to present a project that has been in the works for a very long time. I've identified 16 different locations, the best potential site in BC for a geothermal project being in South Meagher, 55 kilometers north of Pemberton. It has the average temperature of 260 degrees Celsius and the capacity to generate 100 megawatts of electricity, enough to power 80,000 homes. I called you in today to present a project on geothermal energy that I believe will be crucial to BC's energy efficiency, economy, and its local communities.
I'm looking forward to making progress on BC's renewable energy, and my readers are eager for my next article.
I hope to contribute my knowledge from previous projects from Asia and Europe to help further advance geothermal energy back home.
I'm delighted to explore whatever ideas you may have.
Thank you all for coming. I don't have a lot of time to spare, so let's make the presentation quick.
As you all know, Indigenous communities in northern BC are experiencing energy deficits, with around 200 communities in the country not connected to an electricity grid, and they have to rely on diesel generators for their power. We are working towards BC's goal to cut gas emissions by 40% in 2030. I have two words: geothermal energy. Geothermal energy uses the heat from inside the earth to create steam that can be used to drive turbines and generate electricity.
Why geothermal? Why not an alternative renewable energy source?
Well, there are enormous amounts of potential, 50,000 times greater than that of all oil and natural gas reserves in the world. Geothermal energy is always available, and there is no need for storage. It also doesn't require an alternate energy source. It creates localized energy potential and eliminates the need for long power transmission lines, perfect for rural communities.
Ms. Black, what type of strain do geothermal plants put on the environment? Is it less impactful than other energy sources?
Salts and heavy metals may be contained in the groundwater that is brought to the surface, possibly contaminating the environment close to the power plant. There is also a huge amount of heat released into the atmosphere.
Though this may be true, it is far more reliable than sources such as wind and hydro, especially in a geographical location like BC, which lies in the Ring of Fire. Like Japan, we are prone to earthquakes that disturb our plants, yet our location contains superheated rock that is extremely close to the surface, making it easier to acquire. In Japan's 2011 earthquake and tsunami, its geothermal plant stayed stable, providing emergency generators for plants that shut down or broke.
How does a geothermal plant work?
Geothermal harnesses the energy in hot water to create electricity. It is simply the energy coming from the Earth's core, radiating towards the mantle and the crust. One method of obtaining geothermal electricity is a binary geothermal plant, which uses the steam from heated groundwater through a series of pipes. Binary plants employ a low boiling point, high vapor pressure, and a secondary fluid with a lower boiling point, such as isopentane or a refrigerant, to replace steam. This working fluid and geothermal fluid pass through a heat exchanger, where the fluid converts to vapor, spinning the turbines and driving the generators. The steam condenses and the resulting water is ideally pumped back into the ground so that the cycle can start again and large volumes of hot water are not released into nearby streams, harming aquatic life. The vaporized secondary fluid is expanded across a conventional turbine to produce the power. Afterwards, the secondary fluid is condensed into the same turbine and is recirculated back to the vaporizer to start the process again.
How do you reason the harmful hydrogen sulfide emissions?
Since the hydrogen sulfide must be removed from the gas before it is exhausted into the atmosphere, we will use the abatement system that regulates the levels of hydrogen sulfide. The low-cap process is a liquid redox system that uses chelated iron solution to convert hydrogen sulfide into innocuous elemental sulfur. No toxic chemicals are used during the process, and it does not produce any hazardous waste byproducts. The catalyst is continuously used for generating, saving money. The low-cap process is reliable, efficient, and economical, and is licensed with guarantees of H2S removal efficiency, sulfur removal capacity, and chemical consumption rates.
How would this benefit us economically? Will you provide jobs?
Construction of a generating plant, substations, a transmission line, and other facilities would employ some 250 to 350 personnel over a 2-year construction period at the South Meagher plant, which would generate 100 megawatts of electricity and produce an associated transmission line. The capital cost associated with this project is estimated at some $400 million, including expenditures on the initial resource confirmation program. But if we invest in it by 2020, we can break ground by 2022 and begin making progress over the next 50 years.
I'm interested in meeting with you again to discuss this further. I have a meeting in 10 minutes, so I have to go, but I'll be in touch.
Sorry, can I get your name once again for the article in the Vancouver Times?
Isabella Kulisek.
Perfect.
Thank you all very much for coming. Have a great rest of your days.
Thank you for the presentation.